Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. So today I wanted to give you a zero to hero path for those of you that have bought the Aurora MR starter ship. Now, the Aurora MR is a fantastic ship. I really have nothing bad to say about it. It works well. It does a good job. It's not a cargo ship, which I'll talk to more in a bit, but you can do just about everything else that you really want to do. So yeah, let's get into that. But the goal is to ultimately get to mining. I mean, really right now, mining is where the money is. You can continue to do these delivery missions if you truly enjoy being a UPS/Amazon delivery guy, which I don't. So if that's what your thing is, then yeah, you can just turn this off. You can just do delivery missions forever in your MR. But if you want to get into mining with a ship that's, really kind of designed for mining and making good money fast, then keep watching. So that's what we're going to talk about today. All right, so let's say you log in to your Aurora MR, your brand new account, and here you are flying from Lorville on your way to Crusader. And the reason I say that is because I generally think that basing everything out of Port Olisar for the time being is the most profitable and easiest place to start. So the Aurora MR is actually a very good ship. There are other ships in the Aurora series, the LX, the CL, I think there's a couple more, I don't actually know all of them. But this is your fun little ship. Now, the one downside to this ship is it has 0 cargo capacity. This is not a cargo ship. So you're not going to be moving any trade commodities with this ship. Unlike the CL, which actually can carry, I think it's 6 SCU of cargo, this can do 0. The ship is actually somewhat roomy on the inside in that there's 2 doors on either side, and there's like a little area you can stand up in. The couch where you fly the ship from is obviously behind me, and I'm facing a very small bed. This little bed I personally find is one of the best things about this ship. You can actually climb in there, lie down, and log out, which means you can land on a planet like this one and camp out and come back and still be here. In theory, that doesn't actually fully work yet. I mean, sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't work. Yeah, they're working on it. That's a good thing, but it's not fully in yet. But still, anyway. Okay, so now that we are at the Grand Central Station, that is Port Olisar, we need to determine what we can do. So let's talk a little bit about the Aurora MR that you've chosen to purchase. So first of all, as a starter ship, it's great. It's a great ship. There's nothing wrong with this ship. It does have some limitations, like all of the starter ships. Some are good at some things, some are good at other things rather. This particular ship is not a cargo ship that has 0 SCU of cargo, which means just take trading right off the top of your head. Don't even think about doing it because you're not going to be able to.
Time to depart. We will have to return your ship to storage.
Dude, seriously? I was filming.
Initiating ship storage procedure. For your safety,
Okay,
please
store it.
vacate the area.
Just store the
Thank
damn
you for your
thing.
cooperation.
I got it. You can store it. I swear, every time I'm recording, someone decides to talk or run into me or something.
Initiating
It's like they know.
storage procedure. For your safety, please vacate the area.
I vacated
Thank you for your
it.
cooperation.
I hate you. I hate you so much. Okay, so now let's look at our possible missions. So we go down in our contract manager, and the first thing you're going to see these delivery missions. There's a whole lot of them. Now this is, I don't know if this is a new thing, or if it's just a Port Olisar thing, but it seems like a new thing. There's a ton of them now. It used to be there were 4 or 5. I mean, now that you can see there's 46. But they run the gamut. Like, here's one for 1,000, 1,000, 1,000, 1,000. Here's one for 4,000, 4,000, 4,000, 6,000, 2,500, 6,000, etc. So 6,000 is kind of a common denominator. 4,000. So 8. There, I was going to say I've seen some as high as 8, and this will tell you that it's dangerous. Don't worry about it. It's not dangerous. So yeah, they run the gamut between 1,000 and about 8,000 or 9,000 in this case. Take these higher contracts, because basically you need to do 4 or 5 of them in order to get enough money. Do what you need to do to get the money to get the Prospector. I mean, remember, the ultimate goal here is to get a Prospector. This is how you do it. So you do these missions, and like I said, you're going to do, you know, a few of them, but I mean, you're not too bad. And then I'll show you how you put the box in the ship, which is actually really simple. It used to not work. So that's one thing to consider, is some people will tell you, and just between you and me, I actually thought it was still this way myself, that the Aurora MR can't do box missions. That's not true anymore. You can actually do box missions. The animation to get into the ship is a little janky, but meh, what do you do? It works. So box mission, I mean, there's no reason to do anything else at this point. So, for example, investigations, some of these are good as well, but their money is less, you'll see, and they take forever, and these are all the cave investigations. If you watch my other videos, don't do cave investigations. They take way too long. They're not fun unless you just really like going into a cave and you have the equipment to mine, which honestly I don't think you do at this point, because if you bought the starter package, you probably only have 1,000 alpha UEC. So unless you just really, really want to learn how to do cave missions and mine, don't bother. Then we have maintenance missions. Maintenance missions are waste removal. Don't bother with this one. This is boring and horrible, and it pays terribly. Bounty hunting missions are actually a lot of fun. This ship is capable to do some of these smaller bounty missions, the CS ones. These are NPCs. But if it doesn't have a CS number, like these, this Appendix or Freedom Prodigy, these are players. And at this juncture, I really can't recommend you doing players. If you're a brand new player and you just want to try it, go for it, but don't. Just not until you get some time under your belt and you know what to do and you know how to upgrade your ship. I'm all for bounty hunting. I think it's a lot of fun, but don't do it this early in the game. And then mercenaries ships missions are kind of the same way. I mean, you can do a lot breaking at Korea. This is going to go and you're going to do some first-person shooting and whatnot. Armed escort, 3,000 plus. However, you get bonus experience, or money rather, for ships you're fighting. Armed escorts. You know, remove claim jumpers. Good luck with claim jumpers. It's tough in the beginning. If you haven't done it, you're going to lose a lot. Same thing. So all of these are a lot of fun, honestly, but in the beginning, if your mission is just to get money to move on to bigger and better things, this is not the quickest way to do it. And I would say, as a new player, avoid personal missions, and I talk about those more in a different series, but basically a lot of these will flag you as a criminal. Appointments are some of the story missions, so this is from Wallace Klim. Maintenance missions, these are, again, if it has from not listed or from with question marks or nine tails or dusters, those are all going to flag you. Now you'll notice they're worth a lot more money. Well, that one's not. These are all 15. They start, there's one at 32 from Rudo, yeah. So these all start at much higher. That's a pretty good payoff, but you absolutely will be flagged. And if you want to learn what prison's all about, say hi to Jerry for me. So yeah, my suggestion would be to stick with the delivery missions for now. Go down towards the, usually they're sort of in the middle. I think it's the FTL ones are usually the higher dollar ones, yeah. And the reason for that is typically because the distances are longer and the place that you're taking them to are generally not in an armistice zone. But what you can often find, well, this one is, that one even says landing pad locker. Yeah, landing pad locker in New Babbage is the drop-off. So, okay, that just blew that theory out. But here's a good example. Here's when this starts at Hicks Research on Sealand and landing pad on New Babbage. Well, this one starts at Daymar and landing pad on New Babbage. Tram and Myers, landing pad on New Babbage. They all go to the same place. So you literally could get all 4 of these, have all 4 of those boxes on your ship, and deliver them one at a time to New Babbage. There's no reason you couldn't have all of them, except the Aurora MR, the most I've ever successfully got in there without one of them falling out during transport, is 2. And 2's not very many. So, yeah, I would stick with just 2. And it's really easy to find 2 that start and stop at the same place. So that's what I would try to do. But one thing to consider, especially with places like New Babbage, is there actually are probably many different landing lockers in many different areas around the city. So you're almost better going to some of the smaller locations that are out there on planets. And again, you can get a lot of different missions that start at, for example, Port Olisar and go to the same location on some local planet. I also would not recommend flying all the way across the entire galaxy to deliver a box. You're looking at a 15 to 20 minute travel time in some places, and that's just cost prohibitive if you're really trying to crank out some money quickly. And that's how you do these missions in this ship. It's just you're a delivery service. You're Amazon. You're gonna go out there and you're gonna pick up packages and you're gonna take them and drop them off. It's not hard. You can, in this particular ship, you could really probably get 2 boxes in there, so you can go through and find 2 locations that source and end at the same place, and that will make your life a lot easier. But also, I highly recommend not doing what I did, traveling from Port Olisar all the way to New Babbage. Don't do that. That's a really long run. But it was just an example to show you that you can do it. This ship will do everything. It's actually a really good ship for exactly this sort of thing. So a lot of times you're going to be taking boxes to remote, desolate places like this. There's not even anyone here staffing it at all, and it's not exactly a fire-free zone, so someone could come in here and kill me right now. Don't do that. Anyways, so yeah, you just go and you put it on the shelf over there, and that counts. So this particular mission netted me 8,000 credits. So all I really have to do is 5 or 6 of these, and I'll have the money to get a Prospector. So it's entirely possible to make a lot of money very quickly doing these delivery missions. Now, I don't really want to do that many more of them because I think you get the idea. So from there, you just need to do a bunch more of those missions, and they're not difficult. They're not exciting, but it is what it is. You got to do what you got to do. But once you do enough of those missions, and like I said, there are a lot of them, you run to one of the various rental locations and you rent your Prospector. This is where the real money begins. They only cost, by the way, about $41,000 per day to rent. And once you get your Prospector, you come back here to Port Olisar, because this is where you get the real money happening, and watch my other videos. Because, yeah, that's kind of where I talk about how to make real money, either through Quantanium mining or not, which is what I'm kind of discovering, actually. Anyways, guys, I really appreciate you. Thank you so much for coming. And I will see you guys next time. And, yeah, maybe next time I'll do one of the other starter ships. See ya. All right, let's jump in our ship and go all the way across the... Wait a minute. The heck. Let's try that again. Once we jump in our ship, we are going to fly all the way to New Babbage, because that's where I have the current mission. And then it's just... Gee, are you serious? Damn you, ship! I hate you. I hate you. I hate you. I hate... All right, let's try the other side. Buggy. This game does have bugs. They're kind of fun. So silly. Let's see if this works. Oh, good. Yeah, we're okay.